Okay, alright. I've just got back from the gym. I just did a nice hamstring workout today. Workouts generally take me about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how much rest I need. Today was a pretty solid workout. Hamstrings feel nice and numb. And now it's time to eat again. So I just thought I'd run through with you what I would generally eat. I mean, again, you know, this is what I eat because I have the time to make this. Now you could make this, pre-make it and then reheat it, but because I have the luxury of being able to make it when I get home, I'm going to do that. So here we go. First of all, we have some rye sourdough bread. Sourdough is good. It's good for the digestive system. So if you can, try and eat sourdough bread. I'll have about 200 grams of this, which I'll have soon, with some jam. And then I'm going to make an omelette. In this omelette, I'm going to give it a nice spray oil. Get that going. Get my spatula. Right, I'm going to throw in, I've got about half a red onion, already diced from the night before. Lucky me. Get that frying. And then I like to throw in about a cup and a half of mushrooms, already sliced. Why slice them yourself when you can get them already sliced? It's all about making life a little bit easier. I'll just throw them in there as well. Just guessing on this, you know, because mushrooms are not bad. Again, potassium, all good. I'll just give them an extra mash. Again, you know, when you're looking at foods to eat, it's more important to work out what your macros are. Like at the moment for me, I'm in a growth stage, so I'm trying to add as much lean muscle as I can without getting fat. Yes, I've done the bulk where I eat bagels and stuff like that, and it just didn't work for me. I ended up getting a fatty liver and gaining too much body fat. So I'm trying to limit the body fat, and these kind of foods are what I found helped me. Again, everybody's different. So I'm just going to fry this up for a little bit. I've got about 150 grams of chicken breast. I made fajitas last night for everybody, so this is leftover chicken from that. So I'm just going to slice this up. Sometimes I'll just buy the pre-roast chickens from the Coles or the supermarket, and I'll just shred them, and I can just throw them in whenever I want. It makes it just a little bit easier. But like I said, last night I made the Mexican for dinner. All I gotta do is just chop it up, give the fingers a lick, give this a stir. Now training's one thing, right? But you've got to fuel for whatever your results you're after. And if you're not getting in the right kind of fuel, you're never going to get the results. You might see some changes, yes, but you won't see the end result if you're a bit wishy-washy with what you eat. So if you're serious about changing the way you look, and even changing the way you feel, because if you're just eating fatty, stodgy foods, you're going to feel like a fatty, stodgy person. It's like putting diesel in a high-performance sports car. It's going to slow you down. Alright, that's starting to fry up nice. Better turn the extractor on. Throw in the chicken, get that heating up. Lovely. Then I'm going to just throw in probably about 2.5 cups or 2.5 handfuls of spinach. And you'll keep hearing me speak about it, but you know, especially if you're trying to add good size, getting to know minerals in your body as well, like potassium and sodium and stuff like that. Spinach is very high in potassium, and I'm trying to get a nice big hit of potassium today. So I'm just going to throw in a tiny bit more water. Much calories in there, so yeah, that. Let this steam off a little bit, shrink down. This is going to make a gigantic plate, just like if you've seen my breakfast video. Why have millions of meals when you can just have probably 3 or 4? At the end of the day, it doesn't, the whole, you got to feed yourself every 2 hours. I mean, sure, that might matter if you're top 1% of the popular, of whatever you're wanting to compete in. But if you're just a general person, as long as you're hitting your macros, your calories during the day, that's all that matters. You don't need to be eating every 2 freaking hours. That's just, to me, hard work. Alright, that's good. Flattening out a little bit. Alright, on top of this, I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of egg whites. Lovely. A big sprinkle of salt. Turn this, turn that down, turn that off. Whack the lid on it. Right, that's probably going to take about 10 minutes, so we'll leave for a minute. I'll tidy up. I'll put this in the toaster. I'll be back in a minute. Right, well that's cooking and the other toaster's on. I'm going to eat half of the sourdough now because I'm hungry. So on one, I'm going to have some jam. That's about 20 grams. And on the other, some nice peanut butter. Peanut butter jelly time. But separate. Lovely. This will probably take about another 5 minutes. I've got my sauces ready. Some tomato paste instead of tomato sauce. Why? Potassium, you got it. So I like this. And then go to work. And then it'll be about dinner time, and generally for dinner, because as a dad with 3 children, even though I'm on a mission to try and add lean muscle, I don't want what I'm doing to interfere with them. So I always allow in my macros and whatever bullshit that for dinner I can make and eat what everybody eats. So even though I'm doing something a bit wacky or whatever, it doesn't interfere with them, and it's just normal. Because I don't want them, one, thinking that dad's got to eat different foods for certain reasons and then creating some kind of eating disorder. Because that's not good. And that's not what I'm about. Plus, I don't want to be eating some boring food if they're eating nachos. I like nachos too. Alright, so we're just about ready. Not long. So I'll be eating that. Again, this was going to help me get my macros. Hopefully you're getting some kind of inspiration on what you can eat. Again, this changes for me day to day, but I try and keep the basics of what I eat every day the same. This helps here. That's what you gotta remember. You just gotta think about this, what's going on in here. How does this feel? If it feels bloated, feels heavy, then you're gonna need to reassess what you're eating. So, till next time, ciao.